Meanwhile, so with sweaty saltiness and the lime, you're like 2/3 of the way to a margarita in your pants. That's pretty cool.
They smell like Gwyneth Paltrow. Huh?
Trying to rehire. I say, you don't go here, you twerkless.
I would probably rather die than cheat.
You're full of It's a trick question. Something that can't be done.
Less is more, so I have heard.
This is the ramblings of a madman.
Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network. You're listening to Gas Digital Best of the Week.
SDR Show. Let's go.
Dude, I kept my hair long till way beyond it was cool. Like, I think I cut it. I was on a show called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy in 2003. And that's when I cut my hair. That's a long time after.
How about you, James? Did you have the hair as well?
I did, but I got this hairline too, baby, so it gets in the way. When I moved, I still had long hair when I moved here in 06 to New York, but I used to have long hair. I was in bands and grunge era. When I moved here, I split ends.
James can play guitar, disgusting. And also that's a difference.
That's great, man. I remember sneezing, I think, when I was 23 and it fell out. But when I was a kid, like the whole social collateral that had any value was your hair. Like But I always had hair. Like it was never good. It was always too thick. And
you're the man who rocked the skullet for a decade. You were proudly rocking a skullet.
Yeah, but that's because I'm tenacious, man. I wasn't letting it go, right? But it was but more than that, I remember when I was in like 11th grade, I remember thinking, because my girlfriend at the time had a crimp perm, and I remember thinking, oh my God, dude, it looks like electricity. That's how I want my hair, right? So I was like crimping my hair, and then because I'm lazy, I was like, oh, I'll get a crimp perm. Clearly, it will look like that forever. Oh yeah. So I went, got it. Next day, it was just like this. It looked like a Q-tip, and I thought, okay, well, I can't cut it because of the effort that I've invested into growing this hair. I'll just brush it out. And so by the 12th grade, I had about 6 inches of greasy straight hair and this plume of like perm that
I just showed my hair. Do you have a picture of that anywhere? You don't have a picture of that anywhere.
Yeah, I could probably. Oh, dude, it's rough, but I'll find it here. Like,
and so while you're looking, the logical question about this is: I know you recently joined Vi on stage somewhere, and I know you're still friendly, and I know you don't like to look back much. That's part of what makes you so unique. But if Steve Vai said, "Hey, dude," hold on, let's see this picture first.
All right, yeah, that's what I bring to the table.
Oh my God, but you look like there's a chick you look like. What is that girl? God damn,
Barbra Streisand, man.
Maybe Barbra.
Well, I had the
flock of seagulls do. That's pretty cool.
Kind of look like a new kid in like a Partridge Family or Brady Bunch.
That's who he looks like. He looks like Danny from Danny Bonaducci. That's who it is.
Well, okay, you know what? This is a compliment to me because if you were up close, here was the thing: is again, personal grooming was always such a conundrum. I remember thinking, like, when I was 13 or 14, maybe a little older, maybe 30, that my balls, when they started to smell, when I hit adolescence, I was like, well, as opposed to just having a shower, what I'll do is I'll just put pit stick on it. I'll put armpit deodorant on my sack, and the only scent that I had available to me was lime. So not only did I look like Barbra Streisand, but my nuts smelled like an orchard, right?
Meanwhile, so with sweaty saltiness and the lime, you're like 2/3 of the way to a margarita in your pants. That's pretty cool.
I had just gone through this like breakup, I guess. Like it wasn't even a breakup because he ghosted me, but it was like he ghosted me after 8 months. I really loved him, or really liked him a lot.
You can't ghost after 8 months.
Yeah, he just said he was gonna call me back in 20 minutes. And
8 months?
And that the 20, it's been 11 years.
He did the old, I'm gonna go out for some milk. I'm gonna go out for a pack of cigarettes. I'll be right back.
James just blocked me. Didn't. Yeah, I don't think he's calling. And then I was really sad, and I was walking my dog, and I walked past this psychic, and outside it said $10, like love reading or whatever, and I was like, I have $10. Yeah,
You just change.
I think it's a sign. Yeah, I'm gonna go on in. I come in, of course. I'm like, can you give me the $10 love reading?
He's like, you sure you don't want $25 future reading?
Yeah.
You don't.
And she was like, all right, sit down. And then she starts pulling out all the cards, and it's all the bad cards. And she was like, you have a love curse on you. Like somebody put a love curse on you. Like, have you ever started to realize that every time you fall for someone, it doesn't work? And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God, yes.
You're right.
I mean, what a crock of
yeah. And I was
I
like,
love
you're
the
right.
scam. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
And then she was like, I was like, what do I have to do to lift the love curse?
$50.
Pay $50 more dollars.
No.
Maybe we can
Okay.
figure it out.
She said it was going to cost $1,500 for these special candles. Okay, these special
They
candles.
smell like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Make you feel better.
And I gave her the money, and then guess what? He still didn't call. So I called her. I went back to this woman like a week later, and I was like, "Hey."
Under the candle was TJ
Yeah,
Maxx,
yeah.
$4.99.
Yeah. And I was
from
like,
the bodega.
and she was like,
The
"Hi."
Jesus candle from the bodega.
Yeah. So she saw me walking my dog, and she just comes outside. Okay, and she's like, "Oh, I've been thinking about you." And I was
Yeah,
like,
of course, yeah.
I was like,
Because
"Yeah."
Con Ed is
It's
due.
like, yeah, listen, we have something to talk about. Like, I did everything you said. He still hasn't called me. and when she's like, no, like I've been like looking into it, and like the curse is much stronger than
Oh my God.
It is much stronger.
Yeah.
You need to
She
give
was
me
going,
$5,000.
Yeah. She's like, somebody really put a very strong curse on you.
Essential
Yeah.
oils. That's what you need.
And I was like, oh my God.
No,
Yeah.
no, you didn't.
No.
She told me I had to give her $2,500 now for her to do some extra work all night, to stay up all night and like do something that could like unlock the curse. And I was like, all right, I have to think about this. And I go back to my house.
Are you counting ones at your house?
I start counting once again while I'm crying. You guys are gonna think I'm just gonna get me committed when I leave this show. Anyway, I then stopped. Why then? Like some kind of reality hit me. I stopped, and I went. I Googled psychic scam.
And her face popped right up.
The love curse was the
Oh
first
my
thing
God.
that came up.
Undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world.
TJ Dillashaw. Do you believe he's retired, or do you think he's playing this trick, this game with coming out of the testing pool, take steroids, recover, and then come back in? What do you think's going on there?
Fuck, if he comes back, will be weird, right? Just because he tests positive already, and he says he's retiring for good. So, because it's crazy, the moment you retire, you're out of the pool. I'm like, at least test the guy for a year. I don't know, or anybody, right? But who knows? I really believe, even if USADA randomly tests you, they can only test you from 6 to 6. So if you have money and a decent doctor, I believe people are still cheating until this day. I really believe that.
Me too.
I heard there's drugs you can take and literally overnight kind of like disappear. I'm like, you can go for vacation, you can go like USADA is effective, but I'm like, are USADA testing people in the fucking in a third world country or deep down in, I don't know, Russia? I don't know. I live in California. They come to my house all the time. But I would probably rather die than cheat. So that's just me, right?
Well, it's not just you, it's Anthony as well, and myself. And there's a certain, I don't think it's fair to say there's a lot of people that would cheat, but I think that the people that kind of have our mentality, I don't know. What do you two think? What percentage of people do you think have that? I would rather die than cheat. How many people, Anthony?
I think it's way less than the ones that are willing to take help to grow some muscles and look better and feel better. And again, it's not easy to wake up and do this amount of work. I actually crave for this. I love this. I'm a high energy person. Most people that do drugs, they can do 3-4 times a day practice and feel great. But also, there's people that every other month something is popping out. Oh, this hurt, this break. That, that's just weird, right? If I run this amount, spar on Monday, wrestle on Tuesday, and I'm not knocking on wood, but my body's not falling apart, it means because I'm natural.
One more white pill story that I would say from this year, which was way earlier in the year, which almost seems to be a thing that's forgotten now, but I do think is one of the biggest stories of 2022, is that there was, and it's right on the topic of this cancel culture shit or tech censorship, there was the biggest campaign to cancel somebody in the history of modern social media tech cancel culture shit ever. And that was to cancel my boy Joe Rogan. There was a huge push, unlike anything else that you could compare it to, where he was like front page news on every corporate media source. It was, and we all knew what it was. It was all because he had like Dr. McCullough and Dr. Malone and all these guys who were making really compelling arguments against the COVID regime, against the regime, against the lockdown regime, against all that shit. And he had them all on, and they made this big push to cancel him for spreading misinformation. That failed. And then they went to this like N-word compilation, and then that failed. And there's something really beautiful about that they went all in to try to ruin the biggest guy who's bigger than any of them was having people on who were telling the truth. They tried to ruin that guy, and it failed. And that's huge. I think that's so goddamn huge. And I think it's probably none of us can really appreciate what a big deal that is. That there was at least somebody who was outside of their like range of ability to reel in. Because they went all out like they thought it would work. And it was a beautiful thing to watch Brian Stelter talking every night about how Joe Rogan should be canceled. And what's happened by the end of the year? That was at the beginning of the year. And what's happening at the end of the year? Okay, well, Joe Rogan's bigger than ever, and Brian Stelter doesn't have a job anymore because no one cared. So that's, man, I mean, that's like, that might be the best thing that came of this year.
Godfrey Trust.
Okay, so I was on stage.
She was on stage telling one of her jokes,
and I talk about calling my grandma,
and me, Keith, we're all in the back going, she used this for the phone. Are you in, what is this, 90? Is BET Comic View? What the fuck? She goes like this. So I'm like, hello. I was like, hold the cell phone.
I get on stage and Godfrey say, if you ever do this again.
and Keith's like,
what you supposed to do?
Keith's like, why don't you use a rotary?
Like this,
and Keith Robinson like, why don't you use a rotary phone?
I was going to say, because Keith be on the stage mimicking a phone like this. Ring, ring, ring,
and Keith goes, why don't you put a dime in the damn thing too?
But I actually talked to the audience the other day.
She go like this. I was like, yeah. I was like, what?
This for deaf niggas. They need to
I talked to the audience the other day, and they was with me.
Remember, George Carlin has a joke about that. He goes, I hate these guys that do this shit here. It's like, so I call her, and I hang up on her. And he's like this, I hate people that do this shit. Wait a minute, it's a phone call. It's for you. George Carlin, you fucking did it anyway.
I thought to myself, I either got ripped off or this is my first case. My mother is calling live. My mother, if I could say this while ringing, has ghosted me. She ghosted me because I wanted her to do the podcast today, and since then she's ghosted me, and now I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Hi, Mom.
Michael, I just got home, and I didn't get your message till right now.
You're on the air live. I wanted you to do my podcast today. Shannon was very excited for it. I was going to call you and ask you to do it. We were going to set up a Zoom call and talk about our Christmas together, but you were not home and you were not picking up your cell phone. I guess I've been ghosted.
Oh my God, I feel terrible.
Well, that's what a lot of people say who refuse to do the show. They feel terrible. They're not home. We can't get in touch with them.
I wouldn't have refused if I would have seen it.
But where were you exactly?
I was out to lunch with a friend.
Out to lunch as a mother or out to lunch?
Out to lunch with a friend.
Now, I wanted to talk to you about betting games, and we'll get more into it when you get on the show. But we bet a bunch of games, and I paid you out, so there's no real reason to dodge me or to ignore.
No, I'm not trying to dodge you. Don't you owe me $10?
I don't know who won the Monday night game, but
it wasn't me.
I prepaid you.
It was you. You won it.
Oh, did I win it? So now you owe me another 10.
No, I don't. Did you give me all the money you were supposed to give me?
Yes, I did. And then I included the Monday night. I included the Monday night game, assuming that you were going to win, as you were on a streak. So I included the Monday night game in your winnings.
Then I owe you.
Yes, you owe me.
Yeah, I owe you $10.
Well, we'll chalk it up and we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, well, I won't keep you, and thank you for eventually getting back to me. I appreciate that. And I'm so
sorry. I will. Can we do next week?
I'll talk to Shannon and see what's available. I can't promise anything right now, but because my schedule might be tied up too.
All right. I'm so sorry about that. I just can't help it. I would try to run my life not around other people, but as much as I can.
Well, the weird thing is I'm there for 5 days or so, and you never mentioned that you had a lunch with someone the next day.
I was out to lunch. I'm so sorry. But that's okay. You have to get on your show now.
Okay, I love you very much, and we'll set up something for next week, hopefully, if my people can reach out to your people.
Yes, and I'm the people. I'm the person that's the people.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. Well, my people will be in touch with you then.
Okay, I'll have to check my schedule.
Okay, all right. Let's make sure that doesn't conflict with any lunches that I never knew about and you never revealed to me.
I'm trying to get a lot of lunches in.
I love you, and I'll talk.
Honey, you got to get on.
I love you, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ain't that your form killers? Legion of Skanks.
Welcome to the
What is this game, Paco? This is a Paco idea. Paco's been helping produce podcasts now on the network. So this
first things are first. You play the game. Very simple way. 3 people, you fight for your honor. And whoever take a stone from Bobby's hand first gets access to the temple. Temper.
So for the 5-second challenge, in 5 seconds, you
Your
must
voice
name...
isn't way off what I was doing. The smattering of laughter, was everyone laughing that your voice wasn't way off?
In 5 seconds, you must name 3 things from a category that I give you.
A category.
So Lewis specifically asked us not to speak over each other. This game is for everybody to yell over each other.
No. We're going to ask people individually.
Individually.
Yeah, so we would go with...
Back and forth.
We would go with Pika J. Pika J, we have a question for you.
First, a question for Mickey Gar.
Stand
up when I ask you a question, Mickey Gar. Show your respect.
Was that a gong? That was the worst gong sound effect. Did you fucking... What the
so
fuck?
racist.
What
Whose gong was that? The
gong was
Doobie
that?
Brothers?
Was that? Did that gong have a crack in it? What was that shitty sound? Get us a good gong, Bobby.
You make a shitty world.
First to 5 seconds.
It's also not a great gong. I feel like there's a better Chinese gong.
Can you even get the?
Oh,
Bobby, can you produce better on the fly with our crazy ideas we throw out super fast at
it's
you?
not a crazy idea. A good gong.
I don't like it. Our team is treating that last game like it's election night, and they're taking in all these. There's like 3 fucking.
We'll do it
Jorge's still going, by the way.
He's still going there. He goes, okay, with 78% reporting.
Shit. Stop the steal, Jorge.
Yeah, Carrie Lake still lost.
Recount.
Recount.
All right, did you want to do the?
So Jay can go first. So Jay, they're going to give you a category, and in 5 seconds you have to name 3 things in this category.
Exactly.
While
So-
we're tallying the results.
Big J, in 5 seconds, can you name 3 funny female comedians?
No.
Wait,
No,
hold on.
no. 5, 3,
No.
It's too late now. Now
I gave it up for the joke.
It's a trick question. Something that can't be done.
Shout out to Carol Ann Mills.
We get
She's
it.
great.
Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show.
Damn, he look like he got out of 9/11 and shit just barely. What the fuck happened to his face? How he survive that shit?
Where do you think all the 9/11 rats went? Building 7?
They went to Canada, apparently. They all didn't come in that day. It was like, nah, we got a memo. Thermite paste. We're not going into that. Yo, that jacket is trash, my man. Like, you gonna go hunt rats? Why you wearing a... You ain't even got a shotgun in that shit.
Hello, Herschel. You didn't hear it from me. It's your cousin, it's your cousin Charles Cheese. Don't go in on the 11th. All sorts of nonsense.
It's Joe MMA Rap with Chris J. Gomez and Dave Smith.
James knows Santa's real to this day, and he's too old.
He's 17.
Dude,
it's getting a little weird.
The kid's constantly humping his hands and writing letters to Santa Claus. It's a weird overlap.
James, when he was over at the house a couple weeks ago, he like brought up Santa at one point, but just like with this dead serious thing about Santa, and it was almost like a weird. We were like, oh wow, he's still really in.
It's not
He's
like it's
really
not a
in.
game. He like loves Santa. He writes him all letters like Santa, like because he has a plate that he puts the cookies on, and the plate has like you take a piece of chalk and you can write Santa a note on the plate in chalk, and he's just like Santa, I love you so much.
He's
like he
getting
loves.
old. James is gonna have a girlfriend who's gonna be like, James, we have a big problem. I'm late, and he's gonna be like, don't worry, let's talk to Santa. We'll figure this out.
It's like, you know what? I'm sick of your shit, James. It's like, whoa, Santa's watching. I'm on the naughty list. Keep with that language. So, no, he really believes in, and I think, he's going to be heartbroken. I think it's going to be like someone died. I'm going to say, James, Santa's not real. And
You're going to tell him, or you're
I
just
think
going to
we
let
have
him
to tell
figure
him.
it out on his own?
He hasn't figured it out yet. Somebody explained it in a very kind of cute way, which is like, say, yeah, Santa's not real, but or Santa the person isn't real, but the idea of Santa Claus is real because we are all Santa Claus, right? And now you become
Okay,
Santa.
fine. Let's role play. You be you, and I'll be your son, James. Go ahead.
So, James, I got to tell you something.
What is it, Daddy?
Santa Claus.
My best friend,
who I love and would do
Yeah?
anything for. James, Santa Claus. I got to tell you something about Santa Claus.
Okay, what do you have to tell me?
I feel like at this point, me saying I got to tell you about Santa Claus, he'd be like, okay, he's not real, right? If he doesn't do that.
No. Hold on. We're role playing here.
Okay,
You go. Say it again.
All right, James, I got to tell you something about Santa Claus.
Oh, my best friend? Sure. Tell me whatever you got to.
He's black.
Dad, that's ridiculous. Dad. Professional comedian, this guy. My dad. All right, Dad, I'm going to catch some Z's.
No, James, Santa Claus is not real. He's made up. He
Come again?
Yeah, he's not real. But listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine. I don't have to do any over explaining right now.
Well, go ahead.
All right.
What are you going to say?
You're good.
No, I'm just. You said listen to me, so I'm listening, Dad.
He's not real.
Okay.
That's it.
Dad, can I tell you something?
Please tell me something.
You're full of fucking shit.
No,
okay?
you cursed at me. You're 9.
I know Santa Claus.
No, Santa Claus is not.
Yeah, I've picked up some curses. All right, I'm 9.
No, well, here's the deal. No, Santa Claus he's part
stuttering,
of
Dad.
He's part of all of us.
You mean he's part of all of us? He's a big
part of
fat
me.
guy who
He's a
lives in
part
the
of
North
you.
Pole.
Yeah, so see, I am Santa Claus. We are all Santa Claus.
That's bullshit.
No, stop it.
You've been telling me for 10 years that there's a real fat dude who comes down my chimney and gives me I went to war with my classmates. I look like an asshole right now, Dad. What have you done to me?
No, I'm not prepared for this at all.
I'm going to live at Mom's
at all. Oh no, you do already live at Mom's. You can't live at her more.
What up, motherfuckers? It's the Relax Podcast.
Zach, what's your go-to Chinese meal?
Dumplings. Dumplings with the hot sauce.
Nice.
And then either house special fried rice or house special lo mein.
These are all things I don't even know what they are.
House special means any of the all the meats.
That's a slave. That's good. That's well
my
behaved.
house special.
Slave that's well behaved.
Thank you, Massa.
Massa, that tried to get away.
Yeah, either if not house special shrimp, either lo mein or fried rice.
No, but that does sound good, actually.
Delicious. So that's what I would typically. I enjoy myself a sweet and sour chicken. I hate to say it, but I would also get an egg roll, which is just another fried thing. I'm also likely getting some fried pork dumplings.
Oh, those are so good.
Which I love. There's so many.
So good.
Just cased, delicious,
Love it.
fried fucking things.
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm getting all those things.
Yeah,
But for the family,
For the family, yeah.
For the family, I got some General Tso's. No, we got
no
sesame.
ribs, huh?
We got pork. We got spare ribs.
Okay.
Large spare ribs.
Yeah.
We got sweet and sour chicken. This is gonna throw you for a fucking loop right now, because almost nobody gets this.
Chicken on a stick.
Cheeseburger.
No, stop it.
We rob the place.
Dude.
This is going to sound a little crazy. We hold the place hostage.
No.
Let's hear it.
Cold.
Already, I don't like it. Snake.
Snake meat. Cold sesame.
Chicken. Cold sesame chicken?
Noodles.
I don't like the feel. I don't like the feeling of noodles. You know,
The texture.
I don't like the texture of noodles.
In
I don't
general?
like slurping it up. Not a big fan of that. I can have spaghetti, but that's it. Maybe a little ramen. I guess I like
He's
noodles.
like, you know what? I love
I guess I like noodles.
So you're saying you don't like lo mein?
I don't like lo mein. No.
Cold sesame noodles are fucking fire, and people sleep on them very often.
Do you
Look,
tell
Bobby
them?
Hutch had to turn around to react to cold sesame noodles. He was like, he's right.
I don't feel like they're on too many menus.
I think they're on every Chinese menu.
No
Are you out of
way.
your mind?
Well,
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Let's look up nearest Chinese place
Chinese,
to
see
here,
if it's cold sesame.
and then look
call
at the
them.
menu.
Call them, Shannon.
Call them.
No, I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them.
Hi, Empire.
Szechuan Garden.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
man.
Cold noodles.
Cold sesame noodle warehouse. How may I help you?
You want them, we freeze them.
Best cold noodles in the state.
Shannon, I say, you know, call here, you twerkless bitch.
Cold sesame noodle warehouse.
I'll
How
tell
may
you
I
what,
help
if
you?
I don't have some Chinese food right now, I'm going to lose my mind.
I can't have any, right? That's crazy.
I know.
I wanted to go back to this. Sorry, maybe I'm derailing the show, but if I rent out the Alamo Draft House for $150, does that mean everyone can still order food and stuff?
Yeah, they have like a wait staff for you that you can order food. That's why it's probably only $150 because they're gonna make so much money off the food.
Oh
I'm thinking for $150 they would cater it.
It's not available in Brooklyn. I'm sorry to
Oh,
burst
wow.
your bubble in.
What about
There's a Staten Island location now.
Don't go
If
there.
you wanna,
It's not worth it.
really go.
Can you find out if it's in the Manhattan one?
I'm looking.
Oh my God! If it's not, I'm gonna cry.
So anyway, for $150, is it $150 total or $150 per head though?
I think it's total.
Oh shit! Yeah, they should at least give you like some chicken fingers. or
I'm gonna
something.
do that for myself.
I know, 150.
right?
Yeah, and just watch my
That's
favorite movie
Dude,
if it's available.
that is like an insane date, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
go there, 150, and then like the meal. And would they do that just for 2 people?
Yeah, why
and
not?
Follow-up question, Gus, what are you doing this Tuesday?
Okay, wait, hold on.
free. Oh.
Theater rental does not include tickets, food, drink, and gratuity, minimum of
shit.
150. So you have to still purchase each attendee's ticket
Oh, you get ripped off.
separately. So it's $150 to make sure that you guys are the only people in the theater, on top of the cost of tickets.
Yeah, you make everyone buy a fucking ticket.
Sure.
$20, and then like
Still, that's
the
a little
food.
pricey.
Well, you're
Like,
gonna
what are you
have
gonna
to-
show? You're gonna have to show some epic shit.
What?
You're going to have to contact the private events team to schedule an event.
Do they do it in Manhattan?
It says that personal theater isn't available in the area. Contact the private events team. Sorry.
Pizza at the Alpine it is, buddy.
I was gonna have a birthday party at do paintballing, but people are busy.
I can change that.
I don't have friends.
It's the second day of the new year, and people are back to work.
People find me annoying.
Turns out being energetic all the time is not a quality
Not
people
a
like in a
positive in
friend.
people, yeah.
Less is more, so I have heard.
I mean, for that price, for 150, I can plan your whole party and shit. You want an empty movie theater?
Yeah.
Magic Johnson's on 125th,
Uh-huh.
11 a.m. kids movie. You ain't gonna watch what you want, but ain't nobody else in there. You can bring whatever the fuck you want to eat. You
For
good?
150, I'll get you the birthday party of your dreams.
Hell
It's gonna
yeah.
be
I'll bring
6 a.m.
fucking-
at LaGuardia Terminal 3.
I'll bring
okay?
you a fucking ice cream cake. You like Fudgy the Whale? Everybody likes Fudgy the Whale. I'll bring you 3 of them.
It won't be a whale. It'll be like a giraffe, but it'll be the same taste.
It's how you cut it. It's so good. It's so good.
Can you please be a New York City party planner?
It's easy, man. We threw a $1 slice pizza party back in the day. Mad people showed up. It was in a Korean Coke room, which I'm pretty sure is what it was. Because the karaoke machine barely worked, and the speakers would come in and out, and the guy kept coming in. You buy food now? Like, nah, man. It's a pizza party. We bought food. It was a whole thing. We just kept doing Coke in the bathroom. The fans are awesome. Shout out to the listeners.
I bought a entire book of Nancy Reagan
Thank you,
stamps to send my rent in.
Nice.
And Mrs. Amico was very upset because she's like, people are going to think we're Republican. And I'm like, no, honey, we're just really pro blowjob at this house.
Yeah.
Nice.
Throat goat,
Nancy,
yeah.
To be fair, first lady of the country, Nancy Reagan, greatest dick sucker of all time. And it's very
Well, it's funny that like Sinatra
Rat Pack
was
said
just
it.
like, oh, you married this pig?
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
Say
Like,
that.
yeah, to
Okay.
the president.
I'm gonna teach Colum a little thing about American politics.
Oh, please.
Ronald Reagan was only president because John Wayne was an alcoholic.
Bullshit.
That's true.
That can't be a fucking
Wait,
thing.
did he get?
No,
Oh,
can't
John
be a
Wayne
thing.
didn't show up for a movie that Reagan showed up
Okay.
for.
No.
Elevated his
The
career.
Republican
Exact
Party
off.
wanted John Wayne to run for governor.
Okay.
Yeah.
They created a campaign, basically, this cowboy actor.
Yeah.
Get down
Turn
off your
politics.
They
horse
wanted to
and
see if
drink
they can get a
your milk.
Republican to become the governor of California if
Yeah.
they pick
Yeah,
the
yeah.
right actor.
If they picked an actor, and they do this whole campaign,
That's fair,
he's a
yeah,
cowboy,
yeah.
etc. But he was so famous that he had a headline any event they did.
Yeah.
And he would get so drunk during the ceremony or meeting, the fundraisers, that he couldn't talk. By the
John
time- He
Wayne.
would just go, and he couldn't make words.
Who, Wayne?
John Wayne.
Just on the taxes.
Yeah, he couldn't talk. So they went, listen,
He was like Farva at the
Got-
Super Troopers
yeah.
governor's.
Get down off your horse and go
So
back to
we got to
Mexico.
get rid of this guy, but we already have this campaign.
Of course, I
created.
played that.
Yeah.
I'm better than a.
For an act.
Yeah, you know how much our budget for tape was on Genghis Khan?
Yeah, they already
fuck
had
it
an
up.
actor, a plan for a cowboy actor, and they just subbed in Ronald Reagan
Yeah.
at the last
Yeah.
minute.
Oh, nice.
Also,
I've never watched any of his movies.
the entire cast of Genghis Khan died of cancer.
Yeah, they did. It was a shitty
yeah,
site
that's
to
true.
film.
While they shot it at a nuclear testing site,
The Manhattan site, to be fair
not
with
knowing
you,
what it did.
They knew what they fucking did.
And they were literally walking around the set with Geiger counters, like, look at how high it goes.
Yeah. It's
And
funny
then
that
a
we're all
few-
pretending to be Asian in this place where we made Godzilla.
And then a few years later, people were like, "Does anybody else's tummy hurt?"
Oh yeah.
And everyone that I think it was like 80 to 90% of the people that were crew or
A
cast
lot
on
of
the
dudes
movie
pissed their prostates.
all died of cancer
Yeah.
within 15 years of the movie. They all got radiated to death.
Sweet relief.
This has been a fun trip down Zach Amico knowledge.
Oh shit, that was a good time
It's
though.
solid. I like it.
Fantastic.
And is Reagan in any good movies?
No.
Yeah, no, he had some shit where a chip went to space.
Was he ever nominated? No. What?
Yeah,
He's
they-
in the Zapruder film. If you
Where a
look really
chip
close.
goes to space?
Yeah, he was in a movie with. There was one where he.
Barbarella? He's not in that.
It was
What?
that. It was a donkey. No, a donkey kicked the field goal for Disney. It was a movie with a donkey kicked a fucking field goal. He was also Herbie.
It's so hard to tell if you're just making this up.
No,
or
no,
this
no,
is
no.
legit shit.
Legit
There's
shit.
no. This is the ramblings of a
Dude,
madman.
no,
A donkey
no.
kicks a field goal
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Disney, and Ronald Reagan plays what? Did he
The
play-
donkey.
Johnny is a
He
fucking.
played the front half of the donkey.
You really are.
Also, you gotta
He
come
was
back.
in the back.
You gotta come back when he hasn't been drinking
Yeah.
all day.
You're a Dominican Mad Lib.